Good late morning, 11:02 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Saturday, July 13th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So I have some good news for everybody. If you missed out on the XRP trade, and you're not in it at all right now, and it's back up to 52.2 cents, as everybody knows, I'm a strong component for XRP. I will take the ridicule because I believe in the asset, along with XLM and XDC. And as we can see, XLM's up better than 12% on the day, outperforming XRP that's up 10.2%. I rest assured, though, there's one alternative here that's being overlooked. It always is, and it always rallies after the fact. It's XDC. I talk about it over and over and over. And I had bought 45,000 tokens live on air. I believe it was during my live. And the price was right around the let me go back and see. We're not far off from where I bought it. It was on this inverse head and shoulders when it was creating this inverse head. Right around 275 is where I bought it initially. But I'm going to tell you right now, that inverse head and shoulders is breaking out and it's back testing. So I'm buying more during this update, just to show you what, even if it were to come down, I am not afraid to hold XDC. And it is on this inverse head and shoulders breakout attempt right now. It's back testing it. You've already got your confirmations or your signal with XRP and XLM bouncing out in front of it like it typically does. And right now, if you open it up where we did, we're up 8% on the initial trade. So the only other time I would attempt to buy this is if I thought it was going to back test and this inverse head and shoulders was going to break out. And right now, I'm going to go on here, and while I'm doing this update, even at the price it's at, it's come down a little bit from where it was at. It's under 3 cents. Under 3 cents, I find it highly desirable. It looks like to me as well, and the reason I did the update at this exact time, and I know I've already done an update this morning, but this has nothing to do with XRP or XLM. This focuses on XDC. If you want to see XRP and XLM, take a look at this morning's update. It's only an hour and 50 minutes old. It has 740 views already, which is fantastic. And make sure to hit that like button if you do watch the video. But right now, XDC from the top, it has had a correction today in the last like 10 hours of about 1.76%. And when it was up at 3.01 cents, I looked at it and I said, if it starts coming back down and corrects, and I should have been all over it at 293, but I've been trying to set up this update. And I was looking up some stuff and just validating what I wanted to do. And right now it's at a very desirable level for me. And it's at 2.98 cents. So right now, 2.98 cents. XDC, I currently own 47,100, so I bought 47,161 tokens when I did it. So that's how many tokens I hold right now. So I'm going to buy, and let's see how much I want to do. And I don't want it to just be an insignificant amount, because I think something's going to happen here. I think something's really going to happen here. So let's see. XDC, buy. I'm going to do... So let's see, So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do $566, and I'm going to get an additional 18,851 tokens approximately. No, it's $258, or $558. I apologize. I was looking. I thought it said $565. $558 I have set to the side for this next purchase. It's 18,851 tokens, and we're right around the 2.987 level. So preview trade. I'm going to do this, confirm. And now I'm excited about this. I've been waiting a long time for opportunity back in these cryptos. And as you know, I already have a nice amount of XRP. XLM, we know. XDC, though, I still believe when these move, in Unity, a lot of times XDC gets overlooked, and I like to have good amounts of it. So right now I have 66,000 and some change XDC. So don't think I'm not putting my money where my mouth is, because I like the area it's at. And if you're watching the consolidation right now, and if it goes down farther with this inverse head and shoulders, I'm buying more. If it ends up allowing me to buy more, let's just say it comes back to 2.9 cents, I will likely buy another, I don't know, I can't even say the exact amount, but I would likely buy maybe a couple $100 more. So, and now when I look at it like this, if it did come down here, for my next buy, it would have to be like 2.86 cents, because it would confirm that left side inverse overtake. But we'll see, because I've already got a nice amount of what I wanted. But this inverse head and shoulders I see wanting to play out, and I believe the targeted move here, at least in the short term spectrum, and going from where we're at right now, we're about 2.97, we'll say. This initial run up would be about 9.34 additional percent here. So if you're already in this for 8 point, what was this? If you've been in this for 8% already, this could be a 17% move so far. And I don't think that would be all of it. That's just a big pivot layer. The bottom line is you buy support, sell resistance. We did a fantastic job when we last held this asset and got out of it when it hit the resistance. And it's been a while since I was buying XDC. And I'm very happy now buying it when it hit support and it created this inverse head and shoulders. I had a feeling that this was going to be the case when it came down and created what looked like a head formation. And like I said, I could have bought it cheaper. And I told everybody, I remember when I bought it, and I bought it right at this line at 275 area, and I was very happy. And then I came back on, and I'm like, if I would have just waited for the head to create, which I always say, I don't mind selling the shoulders or buying the inverse shoulders, because you're never going to get the bottom of the head. And oftentimes, if you try to sell the top of the head, you miss out. Or if you try to buy the exact bottom of the inverse head, you miss out. Because then you're always pining for that inverse head number, which you're never going to get, because the shoulder is going to be your max output. We've already put the inverse head and shoulders in here. I'm just happy that I bought it on one of the shoulders. So 275 and now 288, or 275 and 298 area. So if you average it out, but I only bought 1/3 of what I did before, roughly, on the second buy. But there's a reason why. I wanted to buy the back test, and this is the back test right now of this inverse head and shoulders breakout. So I believe it's a opportunistic time, and we already see what's going on with XRP and XLM. So I think we created a bull flag here as well. So we'll see what happens here, but I am not a financial advisor, so please, if you are buying this, don't just buy it because of what I'm saying. Please. What do I know? I'm just some guy on YouTube. But the speculation here is we're in a wider inverse head and shoulders, where we've in fact already created the inverse head, and this is just an inverse right shoulder. So this could be the all-time formation setup where it's finally coming out to play. And if that's the case, whoever buys in now, if this is an all-time inverse head and shoulders, I mean, just look out above. I believe this is in the ISO framework. Forget all the rest of the tokens. I believe in the ISO framework, this is the most undervalued token that we have to utilize, in my opinion. And if you want to look at some of them that are 8,000% off the bottom still, like XRP, XDC in its entirety has only about 28% to the bottom from here in its history. So, I mean, there's a big differential here. Big differential. I remember back when it was on the scene, when everybody was excited in 21, it was up at 4.1 cents. You basically almost cut that by 40% even now. I think there's a tremendous opportunity here, and I hope everybody hears me. I've been pounding the table on XRP and XLM, and I got made fun of a lot when it was at 38 cents when I said you need to buy when it's sub 40 cents. I even expanded through the XRP Bitcoin pairing. I'm in a very nice position right now with holding what I hold. I'm up better than 30% now in the XRP Bitcoin pairing, just from when we bought it again. That was only a few short hop, skip, and a jump ago. We had a perfect opportunity with those. But that's not what these updates are about right now. Forget XRP, XLM, and the XRP Bitcoin pairing. Act like that's been missed on this update. Right now, XDC is in a fantastic spot. And if the charts aren't good enough to show you, if this isn't a good enough reason to say, you know what, it's a good opportunity to start buying into, even if it depreciates, eventually it's going to bounce out of this. I see all the evidence in the world. Remember, descending triangles are the biggest bullish consolidation factor we have in technical analysis. You couple this with the fact of something I'm seeing. This is a generational trade to me for XDC. When you couple it with the fact with to doom, I mean, and then you have the shorter term with the same to doom. It's repeating the inverse head and shoulders. And the daily's in a beautiful spot, breaking very bullish. 4 hourly, if we can bounce back bullish off of this resistance, looking good. The weekly is in a very good spot and a desirable spot to break free. And we have an opportunity. We have an opportunity to have a continuation here. And we had a nice consolidation in the 4 hourly even. That's what I was trying to say. Look at that consolidation at 293. Now, where are we at exactly right now? We're back up to 3. Now look at it at 3 cents. I feel in my bones that this is the one that's being overlooked right now. And forget the relative strength index for a minute. Look where XRP's at, 50. I'm so happy right now. All I see is my portfolio growing. And if that wasn't big enough, if you're a holder of XRP Healthcare, it's up almost 15%, which we'll go over in the live, as it came right down to support. And if you're not paying attention yet, you need to pay attention. I told everybody to cancel their buys until it came back down and retested. Remember? Back tested the 2-3. I've talked about this for a very long time, and we know what we're doing here. And I bought 55,000 plus tokens, and it's very hard in the USA to buy, so I just have them staking for all eternity right now. And I'm very happy right now. My average buy, I started buying at 1.7. My average is somewhere around, it's hard to say right now. It really is 2.4, 2.5, 2.7. I really don't know. But it could even be lower than that. But I love seeing it making a run right now. So I hope everybody's paying attention with all of this. But anyhow, back on XDC, if the charts aren't enough, because I'm going to have to release this, because I have a feeling XDC is going to make a good move here in time. XLM, man, is rocketing right now at 13%. Boosting digital trade. XDC Trade Network successfully completed the electronic promissory note transaction on XDC Network. So first, let's see what this is. Electronic promissory note. This electronic payment undertaken with reference blah 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 blah. Company name, payment details. Executed. The Singapore court shall have exclusive jurisdiction over any dispute or claim arising from in connection with this promissory note or any contractual obligation arising from are connected with it. It said trade FINEX 42,826 for value received. So let's read what this is. We are delighted to announce that the XDC Trade Network platform has successfully completed a pre-shipment financing transaction against an electronic promissory note. The electronic promissory note EPN was issued using this creditor platform, which leverages the trade trust utility and is complying to the MLETR requirements. For issuing EPN data standards from ICC, DSI, and framework from DLPC business best practice by BAFT was used. This unique milestone marks the beginning of a significant stride in leveraging technology, framework, legal entity identifier by GLEAF to enhance digital transaction and cross-border trade and financing them. This was only 5 days ago, and this is very important. Does never get talked about. XDC is one of those that never gets talked about. You're going to hear a lot more out of me, especially because I know we're at a time in history where we've got something going on with Ripple on Thursday, meeting with the courts, or at least having an appearance of some kind of settlement talks, like big time on Thursday. The fact that we're bouncing so heavily in XRP and XLM, always look for XDC. Always look for that connection. The 3 X's are that way for a reason. And I argue, if you don't want to buy XLM, put that stake in XDC as it has not moved at all. But I encourage you to buy the 3 X's. So here's the transaction. You can see the details here. So the trade trust utility, I don't want to go through that, but the significance this electronic promissory note, and it was on the only significance here is the trade trust utility was made on the this was all on the XDC network. The blockchains and everything were mounted, all this good stuff, and it was in the amount of 42,500 USD. So the significance, this electronic promissory note transaction signifies a major advancement in trade finance, reducing processing times and increasing security through standardized digital negotiable instruments. The use of LEIs ensures the authenticity and verification of the involved entities, promoting transparency and trust in the digital transaction. The solution creates a digital identity with a public key that can be linked with any digital document. And for everybody who's asking me, and they will probably be asking, where do you buy XDC? As you know, BITUNIX doesn't have it. HOTCOIN doesn't have it. Most of them in the USA can't buy it. So that's the only reason for me personally to make any kind of trades on Uphold. And I eat the fee when it comes to XDC. It costs me, honestly, today, because it's low times of volatility, you're going to get the lowest conversion rate. You're going to get the lowest conversion rate. So it's going to cost you per $1,000, I would say, about 25 bucks per 1,000. So if you do the math, I spent about 16, or well, I don't even know how much I'm up because it's up 8% or 9%. I probably made 100 bucks on XDC. So I've probably put around $1,800 in it. So to do the math, it's probably cost me about 40 bucks in fees. On BITUNIX and on HOTCOIN, if it was on there, it would be 2 bucks. So that's the difference. But I'm not looking for a 2% gain here. I'm looking for much bigger appreciation. So I'm going to buy it however I have to. It doesn't bother me to pay those fees because I know I'm letting it sit. I'm waiting for appreciation. These are my favorite times, by the way, everybody. I like to wait for appreciation and buy. And I'm very transparent. So if you just follow the lead, and I'm not a financial advisor, so, you know, you're risking losing it all because I'm just some asshole on YouTube, by the way. But make an educated and informed decision. If it seems logical to you, follow the lead. So the solution creates a digital identity with a public key that can be linked with any digital document, making it easier for a liquidity provider to verify the ID of the transacting parties from having to conduct their due diligence. The efficiency gained, traditionally a physical paper-based promissory note, would take 3 to 5 days from instrument preparation to sending to the drawee, India to the UAE, and a few more days to obtain the required trade finance. The electric promissory note was created and transferred to the drawee within a few minutes, demonstrating the efficiency and speed of digital documentation. Faster settlement was also achieved, which is very important for such short shipments, and gives an advantage to the shipper as this enables them to securely share their data and obtain trade finance at much lower financing terms. Pre-shipment finance is typically known for high KYC, high execution costs, and complex structures, making it longer to execute. With our digital solution, we can lower the execution costs and disperse funds within 24 hours. And I'll never tell you to look into an asset to buy without telling you reasons why, and not just from a charting perspective. That's why we have a positive environment. We don't play the victim. It's positivity over negativity, and we get an educated and informed decision based on not just the news but the charts alike. So pre-shipment finance is typically known for high KYC, high execution costs, and complex structures, making it longer to execute. With our digital solution, we can lower the execution costs and disperse funds within 24 hours. Credor, registered in India with multiple offices, offers a paperless IT infrastructure for MLETR, compliant electronic trade documents, ensuring legal admissibility and enhancing cross-border trade efficiency and document authenticity. Credor uses Trade Trust Utility on XDC Network to create electronic documents. For more on Credor, please, and then you can look XDC Trade Network. About XDC Trade Network, just so you get a little note, XTN. XDC Trade Network is a complete suite of D-apps on XDC Network that aims to redefine the global trade finance industry. The objective of XTN is to provide liquidity for trade documents when presented in digital form. Exporters can avail of 100% funding by using electronic trade documents. XTN acts as a marketplace where borrowers and liquidity providers, LP, are onboarded through a regulated custodian. LPs can verify, endorse, and transfer title documents during the lending process by accessing trade trusts and other trade registries. For more on the company and joining pilots, please visit, and then you can look there. So I think this is a lot of information to take in. I think this would very much be a nice catalyst here for a move up. And if it wasn't enough, we've got XRP and XLM just rocketing. XDC is up a little bit now since I bought. Of course, I was hoping to get this update out when it was still at the what was it, 298 level, I believe. I think it was 298, yeah, 298 something. But it's still in a relatively similar range. It was down 0.88%. Now it's up 0.65. So it's had about a 1.3% move. As it really, I'm going to have to get this update out. And remember, the circulating supply, unlike XRP of having 99 billion plus, the total circulating supply is 37.9. So it's just about 30%, or about 37% the total circulating supply of XRP, or the total supply, but circulating is 14.9 billion. So make sure to pay attention to this. If you're looking to trade XRP or your favorite crypto, obviously not XDC, but BITUNIX and HOTCOIN is there, XRP, XLM, and the like. Lowest spot and leverage trading fees. Take advantage of it. If you support my work, consider joining Tom's Army. Send a YouTube super chat, would be appreciated. And let me know in the comments if you're going to buy XDC, if you're a part of it, as I hold 66,000 plus tokens, and you've seen me buy an additional 500 and roughly $56 worth, or 18,800 plus tokens at about the 2.98 cent mark while we were live on this update. Have a blessed morning, everybody.